Welcome to Houston, Texas, as the Houston Hyenas, 3-3, play host to the 2-4 Louisiana Revolution from Hyena Den Park. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop, and joining me is my usual sidekick, Rick Northrop.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Shan Varner is on stats. Kevin Irvine is the producer. These two teams certainly have a history with each other, and they look to settle things on the field.
It's going to be a good one. Welcome to Houston.
The Hyenas, fresh off an impressive victory over the then undefeated Denver Nightwings, led by that man E.T. King and D.R. Sim, take on Reggie Streeter, Johnny Pickler, and the rest of the Revolution. Here's the toss of the coin. It's heads. And it is tails, so Houston will elect to put their defense on the field first. Rick, this should be an interesting ball game.
Don't you know it, Colin? It's there's a lot of storylines and undertones to this one, and we'll be exploring those as we get into the game. Houston in red, about to kick off.
Max Espresso to kick off. B.E. Robo to receive for Louisiana. He takes the ball up the middle, he goes, and gets knocked down at about the 28-yard line. So we'll get our first introduction to Johnny Pickler, the third-year quarterback from Elmhurst, Illinois. Second year with this Revolution squad. Reggie Streeter has over 100 carries already through the first half of the season. He's their main cog.
Get out of town.
First and 10 from the 28. 4 wide, and Pickler is back to throw. Fires across the middle. It's tipped in the air and incomplete. Pass intended for Nike twin screw Brody Gulch on the deflection.
Just a little misfire there. A small window to complete that thing in, but it pops up in the air. Everybody takes a deep breath on the first play of the game from scrimmage.
Starting lineups are this. We already introduced you to Johnny Pickler and Reggie Streeter. Wide receivers are Chase Earl, Mike Twin Screw, B.E. Robo. Tight end is Garrison Blue, number 86, and the offensive lineman is Leonard Butler Sr. We'll get to the Houston defense after this play, which is a Johnny Pickler throw out to Reggie Streeter, and he only picks up 1 yard. Set up a 3rd and 9 situation. For Houston on defense, they have Whoop Justice, Cameron Womack, Mike Baker, and Zach Turner are the defensive linemen. Linebackers are Alex Perez and Brody Gulch. Cornerbacks are Kai Cash, Marco Swift, Rhaegar Law. And the free safeties are A.J. Barnes and Ethan South. Pass is complete for a first down. At a 42-yard line, Mike Twin Screw on the reception.
Pickler with his Sling and Sammy Baugh imitation. He rears back and fires complete and picks up the first down and says, 3rd and 9, I laugh in your general direction.
Twin Screw coming into the game has 29 grabs for 333 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. His touchdowns mark lead the team in that category. Here's Reggie Streeter, good receiver out of the backfield, picks up 3 yards.
Just a little something to get his feet wet, if you will. A little swing pass, picks up a couple of yards. Something to get the keep the juices flowing there.
2nd and 7. Reggie Streeter, of course, 79 career touchdowns, 1 away from number 80 for his career. Clips the 10,000-yard mark last week. Throw out to Garrison Blue. Nice. Keeping the feet in as he picks up 6 yards. Set up a 3rd and 4. For this Houston Hyena team, they give up 55% on 3rd downs faced, and the Revolution convert 56%.
Oh, yeah.
The Revolution from the Houston 36. Pickler, 7-step drop, fires it way down the field, and it's caught at the 12-yard line. That is Garrison Blue once again in triple coverage.
There's some devil-may-care football right there, folks. As Pickler aggressively takes his deep drop and immediately throws it.
Pickler fires it out to Streeter. Streeter, his third catch on the drive, is only good for 2 yards down to the 10. Second and 8. Pickler dropping back to the throw, fires at the blue, who makes a spectacular catch. He gets out of bounds at the 4 to set up a 3rd and 2.
A second little ballerina act in this drive, Colin, as he gets the feet in. Brings up 3rd and short. Oh, and Denver's excited too. We forgot to mention Denver, the service dog, made the trip with us.
9 men in the box for Houston. They run against that box, and Streeter gets stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. With Justice on the tackle to set up a 4th and 2 from the 4.
Don't know if Pickler didn't have enough time to change the play or didn't quite recognize they were stacked for the run. Would have been good to option into something different.
This is Matt Finnick, the kicker for the Revolution. Nothing more than the length of an extra point. Snap, spot, kick is good from 21 yards away. And the Houston Hyenas trail 3-0 following the Revolution opening drive. It's 7:34 to go into first. And the return by Kai Cash goes up to the 24, and we'll get our first look at E.T. King and this loaded Houston attack.
Set the offense for us here, Colin.
E.T. King's the quarterback, number 9. Kyler Murray's the halfback, number 21. Wide receivers, there are 4 of them. D.R. Sim, the rookie Kyle Fenimore, Leroy Brown, and Greg Corky. Tight ends are Randy Pierce and Stephen Walker. And this first pass is complete over the middle to the 35-yard line for a pickup of about 11 yards and a first down to D.R. Sim. And right away they go to the SFL's all-time leading receiver in terms of every significant statistical category on the very first play.
The Mr. All Everything. Well, here we go. Here's a good old-timey formation for you, Colin, and they run.
Here's Murray. He gets 1 yard on the play, and that is as good a time as ever to introduce you to the Louisiana defense. Ross Napoli made the tackle there. He's one of the defensive ends. Derek Greco is the other one, number 78. Luther Gahn and Deontay Wilder are the tackles, along with the linebackers, Chuck Diesel, Blake B. Craze. And we'll get to the defensive backs as Murray catches this one out of the backfield. Set up a 3rd and inches on his own 44.
Miraculous, well-executed swing pass out in the flat. Brings up 3rd and very short.
Evan Arthur and Rolman Hood are the cornerbacks. Nathan Blank, Anthony Weil
Look at this.
are the safeties, along with Tate Bennett and Jeff Malinish.
And they're throwing out of
They
it.
go for the screen, and Murray has to run over one man before he gets his clock cleaned by Diesel.
This old school boy loves that. Balanced line with a single back. And they throw out of it and pick up the first down.
Again, they go with the heavy look. And again, they go with the screen.
Oh!
And this time, Murray steps out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
I'll remind everybody the Rick meter made the trip, and it's fired up. The staff is busy scribbling all kinds of nonsense as we wait for the first few possessions to play themselves out.
Here's King, and the shotgun fires it out to Murray again, and this time he'll lose a yard.
Nothing doing with that, eh? Hey, Colin, with 5 minutes to go, there's probably some people wondering, what is this? If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website, www.simulationfl.net.
As an interception is made, that is tipped up in the air and grabbed by Even Arthur, number 22, a prolific return guy. In terms of getting pick sixes, he grabbed that out of the air as Wild tipped it up.
Just a little tip drill, and you always want to have somebody deep just in case, and it works out that way. Colin, I'm reminded of a game we called not that long ago where every time we tried to do a read or give some additional information, something exciting happened in the game. So they're 1 for 1.
The Revolution take over on their own 26-yard line. They got 3 points on their last drive. They start this drive by giving it off to Reggie Streeter, and he picks up about 8 yards on the play to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Excuse me while I answer the phone. Everybody from Houston is calling, asking me to do another read, please. Trigger that turnover. That's Sportscaster turnover.
Here's another give off, and Streeter will actually lose a yard. Zach Turner, along with A.J. Barnes, combine on the TFL. 3rd down and 3.
Houston really did not like giving up that nice little first down run on the previous play. More often than not, they're geared to stop the run here so far early.
Here's Pickler, throws, oh no, complete the twin screw, his 2nd catch of the ball game. That'll get him out to the 40-yard line, 1st down.
Yep, just a great little field awareness by Pickler and the receivers. Just need to move the sticks, retain possession.
Here is the give off to Reggie Streeter, and Streeter spins, goes up to the 43-yard line, pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that time they had a lead blocker for him. They really want to get Streeter to be a little bit more effective, and of course Houston is gearing to not let that happen. Nice little game within the game here, Colin.
2nd down and 6. That was a pickup of 4 on the previous play. 2nd carry of the drive for Reggie. Johnny's back to throw. Hit as he throws, but he completes it for the 1st down.
Wow, they'll say
that is to the backup tight end.
He say he had possession beyond the line to gain. Good job.
That is Banky Edwards, the 2nd-string tight end, able to hang on to that one. He's had drop problems sometimes throughout the course of the year. Able to hold on to that one.
That was a manly catch right there.
Here's the throw out to Reggie Streeter, and Streeter only picks up 1. Be a 2nd and 9 at the 50.
How many catches and rushes does Streeter have so far over there, Colin?
By my count on this drive, he at least has 3.
I meant for the game so far, even though it's early. He doesn't. I won't be surprised if he doesn't have a lot to show for his efforts so far.
Here's the throw in the middle, and again, Edwards drops the ball. It's incomplete.
Pickler trying to create something as the pocket collapsed. It looked like he was going to get sacked. Throws a little jump pass out there, but not able to make the connection. Johnny Vick, like that in the chat. Well done.
And Pickler staring at a bunch formation. Deep drop again. Throws the outcut and only 2 yards short of the sticks. This pass complete to Chase Earl, his first grab of the day.
Just didn't run that pattern quite deep enough. Again, there's some field awareness that you need to have to play at this level. And here we go, 4th and 2. Is this going to be the ritual burning of a timeout? The Viking funeral pyre of timeouts. I think I'm right.
And they will call a timeout with a minute to go. Johnny Pickler trotting over to the sidelines to talk it over with Gerald Smith. Well, it's not so much of a two-way conversation as it's a one-way conversation.
Hey, keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules. To discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news, let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcasts each week with the hashtag Make an Impact. Thanks for your support and viewership.
The punt is away, and Houston's just going to let this go, and that's not a very wise decision as it's down at the 1 yard line.
Oh, that's that is so exciting and so disappointing at the same time.
And E.T. King is going to be backed up to his own end zone. He's got to be careful here. He comes with 3 wide receivers.
He's got his work cut out for him.
And they'll start with a handoff to Murray, but they'll only move forward about a yard.
And
Chuck Diesel came in to clean it up.
not enough for us to have the famous breathing room comment. 1 yard won't quite do it.
Again, they go with this heavy set, and King is going to be sacked in the end zone for the safety.
Do the Egyptian as R62 walks like an Egyptian. Derek Genko.
Genko with the sack.
Just the free run around the edge there. Well, there's something you don't see every day. There's your problem.
And for Genko, that is sack number 8 of the year, and we get a free kick after the safety.
Oh, my.
And the return up the middle, and Louisiana will start in business at the 43-yard, at their own 43-yard line.
That was a sturdy return and good field position for the Revolution.
Well, they start 1st and 10 on the Louisiana 43-yard line. Split backs, 2 receivers to the bottom, and this will be an handoff to Reggie Streeter, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. He's now up to 12 yards on 5 carries. They've tried to get him going in earnest, but so far, Reggie's had no room.
Houston may be saying, oh, we've reached the end of the quarter already, Colin.
It's 5-0 at the end of the first quarter. Yes, you're reading that right. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Top of the second inning, 5-0 Louisiana. And they've got the
It's a handoff to Reggie Streeter. He picks up 2 more yards, so he's up to 14 yards on 6 carries now.
Streeter for 2. That's we've said that a lot so far, and we've only have 1 quarter in the books, Colin. You know, the Rick meter is puzzled. Houston had moved the ball, but then gave it up.
And Pickler on 3rd and 8, unable to get it to Earl, knocked away nicely on the play by number 23 for Houston.
Both teams kind of playing to a draw after that first possession by Houston where they put 3 on the board.
Terry Nullins knocked it away.
I guess he Nullendified it. Nullensified it? Forget I said anything. So T. King's going to get the ball back. Hoping not to have to take the snap from his own 1 this time.
This punt is away, and it's got plenty of good hang time. And the return by Kai Cash is up to the 19, and that's where Houston will start.
As I said, Houston's shown an ability to move the ball. Let's see if they can possess it all the way to either the end zone or a successful field goal attempt.
Here's E.T. King in the shotgun. He's already thrown 1 interception. He's got to be careful here. And that's the first completion of the day to Leroy Brown. He picks up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Not a bad concept, with just something shallow in front of the linebackers. And get that flywheel moving, that momentum.
Here is the throw out to Murray. Spins behind his back and picks up the first down. On his 3rd catch of the day, he's a great receiver out of the backfield.
You see him thrown a little bit behind him, but he's able to reach back and still make nice positive yardage.
And for Houston, they're continuing to move the ball. As King fires deep, he got Sim for the first down out of bounds into Revolution territory at the 48.
The doctor's in the house. 2nd nice catch, I believe.
Now they line up with 3 men in the backfield. Murray's the deep back. Sim is the only receiver. Here's to get to Murray, and Murray plows his way for a 3-yard pickup.
Kind of a little dipsy-do deception at work there, but not really able to free him and get him loose in the secondary.
There's a look at Sim. Tight to the line of scrimmage. As King fires to the 2nd tight end. That is Randy Pierce. He picks up yardage to the 42 to set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, not the 3rd down yardage they'd like, but very makeable, as Louisiana is thinking they may be able to snuff this one out right here.
3rd and 4 from the 42. King gives to Murray, and he didn't get the first down.
He wandered well across that line. Come on.
Anthony Wiles shoved him back.
Come on, man.
Only 4th and inches.
See if we get a replay here.
Now, if they actually snap the ball at this one, I won't blame them for it.
Sneak it. You just fall forward. He does.
And they're going to throw for it. And it's easily picked up for the first down to the 34.
Well done by Houston. You got to take some calculated risks, and that's a great fourth down.
King now up to 64 yards.
A great
Pickler up to 89.
Thank you. Sorry about that. A great spot on the field to go for it on fourth down.
Now they go. 3 wide receivers.
With 2 in the backfield. Let's see if they've got enough protection in here. They do.
They send people out in the pattern. Fenimore makes his first catch all the way down to the 19.
You got that quick.
Pick up about 15 yards.
You got that quick release concept. You don't need a lot of protection. Everybody goes out into the pattern. That was a sweet throw. Nice view from the sky cam there. Right down the barrel.
Gang fires it out. That is Stephen Walker with the catch. His first today. He picks up 2.
That play was just going nowhere, and if the defender maybe had another half step and it was on his game, that could have been a pick 6.
2nd and 8. Offset back to the right. King is going for the end zone. Touchdown, Leroy Brown.
There it is. There it is.
10-yard touchdown for Leroy Brown. He is now 2 catches for 15 yards. King found that one. He was wide open. He beat Rolleman Hood.
Yeah, Brown just gets some inside leverage and wanders out into a seam, and easy peasy.
And for Leroy Brown, that's his first touchdown reception of the year.
Houston about to take a 2-point lead with 1 touchdown. It's 7-5. Houston.
You see the spread there on your screen. Houston favored by 3.5 at home. Over under 47.5. Right now, the under's looking pretty good.
We'll see. Sometimes, as we know, you get into the second half and later in the game, that seems like the dam breaks for both teams as they kind of figure each other out, and there's a good return. And we'll see if Louisiana Revolution can answer here, Colin.
6:01 to go for halftime. Johnny Pickler is with 5 wide receivers in the pattern against a dime 2-3 defense. He fires down the field and it's intercepted. Intercepted on the play by A.J. Barnes.
Wow. And just like that, Pickler with the authoritative throws. You always think somebody's open when he lets it fly like that. And just off a little bit, a little outside the window. And Houston's back in business.
For Johnny Pickler, that is interception number 19 of the year.
No, 19.
And for the Houston defense, and number 1 coming in with 21 takeaways, that is takeaway number 22. Oh. And they throw it right back off the deflection. Oh my goodness. Anthony Guaya grabs that one out of the air.
Back to back. That's awesome.
Do neither of these teams want the ball? That's the second interception for King.
You take it. No, you take it. Pickler with decent field position here.
Let's see if he can take better care of the ball. He lets it go down the field, and Garrison flew with a diving catch down to the 29.
Wow. Tired of throwing picks. Johnny finds his man wide open, who makes an excellent diving catch, gives it up. Goes full Desmond Howard right there.
All the way down to the 29-yard line.
Holy smoke.
Beckler under center. Offset single back to the left. Fires the opposite way. That is caught. Running with the ball after 4-yard pickup is Robo.
Now let's see what happens to the next couple of plays, because that little out functionally spreads the defense or gets them thinking more sideline to sideline. Maybe there's something down the middle or up the middle coming soon.
I formation. Tight end flexed out as a third wide receiver. The throw is to Reggie Streeter, who spins and makes something happen as he picks up yardage to the 20.
Not bad. 3rd and 1. Very makeable. Obviously within field goal range. But the Revolution wants to match touchdown for touchdown here with under 4.5 to go in the second quarter.
Louisiana trailing by 2.
Maybe I should have yelled 2.
Here's Reggie Streeter on a 3rd and 1. He gets the first down this time. No doubt about that one.
So the joke is, right, Reggie Streeter's average is like 2.5 yards, so 3rd and 2. It's a Reggie Streeter call. Hey, no disrespect to Streeter. The Hyenas are focusing on him and hasn't really been able to get anything going. But that was a funny comment.
I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom this time. And they go to the tight end side with the pulling guard, and it doesn't work. As Streeter is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. That was Marco Swift coming up in run support.
Yeah, see, 1st and 10. That's not a Streeter call. They gotta go to Blue or somebody.
Well, this is Chase Earl to the bottom. They go to 3 backs again. Play they used, formation they used on 3rd down, and this time on 2nd down, it only gets them 2.
My argument still stands.
Johnny Pickler in the empty shotgun, gun straight. Trips to the top and 1 receiver to the bottom. He's back to throw. Slant over the middle, knocked down by Alex Perez. Pass intended for Robo. And once again, Matt Finnick will have to come out for a field goal attempt.
Well, if they make this, the Revolution will have an 8-7 lead, standing on top of their 3 scores.
At a left hash. LaForge is the holder.
Watch the snap here. Oh, perfect.
And Finnick's kick is good from 32. So with 2:43 to go in the first half, it's 8-7. As that kick, everything about that operation was letter perfect.
Yeah, it was. So we've got an 8-7 score with a total of 4 scores so far in the game. 4 scoring plays, shall we say.
A safety, 2 field goals, and 1 touchdown. That constitutes the score you see before you. Sky Cash returns it from the 2-yard line up to the 23. Oh, we just have fun, folks, here in the Simulation Football League.
Well, at this rate, I predict we'll see a 2-point conversion. How'd you like to lead 8-7 the hard way? You're watching it right now. Well, E.T. King's going to have something to say about it.
He's back to throw, fires
Oh.
not to Murray, but he stepped out of bounds, and they're going to say no gain, which is just as well. He
Yeah.
might have lost 2 or 3 yards had he stayed in bounds.
Right. Right. Good on him to run out of bounds before he catches the ball. I'm digging some of these old school formations or power formations out of Houston, and I think that has occasionally crossed up the Revolution, Colin.
3 men in the backfield now, including the tight end Walker, as Murray gets a nice carry and sets up a 3rd and 2 as we are fast approaching the 2-minute warning.
Just kind of finds a little sneaky hole here and there and advances the ball nicely to bring up 3rd and short. You're right, Colin. They might want to have a little more sense of urgency, those Hyenas, with 2:10 left to go in the half.
Here's King, fires it up, pass caught by Sim. Clock stops exactly with 2:01 as Sim now has 42 yards on 3 receptions.
That'll give him a chance to get one more play. Fortunate there for Houston. As obviously the object is to squeeze in as many plays as they can in an attempt to score.
And they let the 1 second run off, so we reached the 2-minute warning. 8-7, Louisiana in front. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Hyena Den Park in Houston, Texas. The Hyenas trailing by a point, 8-7, and they'll start this off with a Warren Murray handoff.
Really?
And they'll get 2 yards.
Really? Coming out of the timeout, it's a running play. And they don't call a timeout. And are they huddling up? Nope, here we go. Come on, guys.
And they break the huddle swiftly. 3 wide receivers. Here's King.
Okay.
Fires to Murray. Spins. Spins again.
Spins inside. Oh, no. Clock's running. Houston sitting on their 3 timeouts.
Were they elected to kick the ball to start the game?
They've made about 8 yards in 50 seconds of the 120 they had left.
Here's King. Gets to Murray, and that is not going anywhere. Tackle made by Luther Gond, and Adams will be on for the punt.
Well, that was interesting, Colin. I believe the thinkification going on the Houston sidelines might have been off a little bit. The ball, some momentum, 3 timeouts, and a lot of running plays and short passes to the sideline. Gets them nothing.
And this punt by Adams. Fields down by Robo, who gets to the 20 of 12 seconds left. I imagine the Revolution will just be happy to run it once and go in the locker room up 1.
Believe you are right. That's the safe play. Put it that way. They're not in the kneel down formation, Colin.
It'll be a pass. Over the middle, intercepted.
Oh,
and
no.
It's going to be a pick 6. Ethan Guy picks up Johnny Pickler and runs it back.
Oh, my gosh. What were we saying about the safe play? Well, at least I was saying about the safe play. No, the safe play was not run. In fact, and it was a short drop, too. It was going to be a short pass, which wasn't going to mean a thing. in the context of the field position and the time. Oh, my. Oh, my.
And with 6 seconds left, Houston is up 13-8 pending the extra point.
And it's good. And Houston cannot believe their good fortune, Colin, as they kind of screwed up their last possession. And Louisiana gives them the ball and the opportunity, and they take it to the house on defense. Defense runs over to the sideline, tells the offense, "You're welcome."
But unfortunately for the defense, they'll have to be out for at least one more play, provided the kick goes deep enough. Well, it looks like Robo will just... No, 2 seconds.
Seconds. Let's see if Louisiana takes a knee. It's a safe play here. Unless you throw it completely down the field.
And now they line up with 3 backs in the backfield. And they'll do the sensible thing they probably should have done the first time and hand off to Reggie Streeter, who is averaging 2.2 yards a carry.
As the graphics team adds insult to injury as we've reached halftime.
It's now 14-8.
Houston
in front. And this has not played out anything like we've expected so far, Rick. Look at the numbers on your screen.
Well, but fairly even in terms of total yards, turnovers, passing yards.
Murray with just 15 rushing yards. King with 116 yards passing. Those 2 interceptions, unfortunate.
The difference in the game is the one turnover led directly to a score. Other than that, these teams are playing fairly evenly.
As Evan Arthur grabbed that first pick. And then this play right here. Don't understand what's going on.
E.T. King had the best seat in the house to watch that sack.
Leroy Brown.
He didn't. He just throw it away.
Leroy Brown with 22 receiving yards, including his touchdown reception right here.
Yeah, I'm amazed, Colin. I didn't really notice that he came from the front side, and E.T. King was not aware. Did not see him coming.
A.J. Barnes with a pick there of Johnny Pickler. And then the very next play, Anthony Y overturns the favor. And then, of course, this has got to be the play of the day here in the early window. Harrison Blue, all by himself, wide open, just dove for the ball and made a brilliant play. This was a brilliant defensive play by Ethan Kai as he records his first ever pick six. This is a guy who's been around the block for a while. He's been in the league 6 years, 3rd season with Houston. Team general manager, well-respected guy in that locker room.
Get you ready now for the second half. A fairly interesting and entertaining game now. With Houston leading Louisiana 14-8.
And the kickoff is underway as Finnick boots it down to Kai Cash. On the return, he goes up to the 23. And I get a correction from Ethan Kai in the chat. That was his second career pick six, not his first. My apologies. My friend.
All right.
From Washington State.
Congratulations on 2 pick sixes. Hey, the SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent, Colin. To the ranks of our broadcasters, applications are being accepted now. Try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required. Just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting.
And it happened again, Rick. Something happened while you were reading it at start. Genko, who got the safety, picks up a half a sack this time as he teams with Deontay Wilder there for the big loss.
Oh, my. Well, you're welcome.
A loss of 5. The 2nd and 15.
Yeah, again, E.T. King not seeing the rush. Kind of tunnel vision on his receivers.
Throws to Murray, only picks up 1 yard, and you see the numbers there. King has the 1 passing touchdown, but Pickler has more yards, but unfortunately for him, he has no touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, both QBs have 2 picks. Again, fairly even. And I will be surprised if the game ends without a Johnny Pickler touchdown pass.
4 wide receivers on 3rd down. The throw out to Sims, spins, he got 10, needed 14, so he's 4 yards short. And the Houston Hyenas unable to take advantage of getting the ball first this half. They'll have to punt once again for the 2nd straight possession.
Well, the Rick meter has
been
very unimpressed with Houston offense's play calling the last 2 possessions. And we're stale for a Rick meter reading, but it's been confounding, and it is staying at neutral. Very unusual to be in the second half with the Rick meter at neutral. That's where we are right now. It's anybody's game.
Robo returns it up to the 35. And for Johnny Pickler, it's been more bad than good day at the office for him.
Yeah, he's got that 1 costly pick, but he'll be able to rebound here in the second half or put better numbers on the board. They were bad. Just that 1 bad pick. Here's
the throw out to Reggie Streeter, and Streeter will pick up 3 yards to start this drive. It'll be 2nd and 7.
You know, I was kind of confounded about that pass play called there that led to the pick 6, but, you know, I got respect for Louisiana. They got some time on the board. They got a good offense. They want to see if they can put themselves in a position to score. I get that.
They're going to go with the 3-back set. There to go power O backside, and it only picks them up 2 yards. Yes, we're aware of that. He does have a touchdown. It's just not for his own team.
Oh, no, that's not nice. Mr. Chat. The chat can be a rough place.
Again, both tight ends split out. Receivers in the slot. Here's Pickler. Down he goes. Couldn't afford to take a sack on 3rd down. Mike Baker leading the charge.
Well, that's going to help in the field position game as it'll back the punter up. Some.
Here's Walter Malinishin for the punt for Louisiana.
And the kick is away. Good coverage. Oh, first man runs by him. But he's still brought down at the 33, where the Hyenas will be in business again.
7:53 to go in the 3rd. Both these teams holding serve so far, as the defenses have been in firm control to start the second half. King fires it out. It's a 2-yard pickup for Walker, his 2nd catch.
For those of you that have maybe joined us while we've been underway, 14-8 Louisiana. There have been a total of 5 scoring plays leading to that odd 14-8. Louisiana has 2 field goals and a safety. Houston 2 touchdowns, one coming off a defensive pick 6.
3 men in the backfield. Get to Murray up the middle. Murray breaks the tackle, but can't break the second one. Take Bennett comes in and delivers a wallop. 3rd and 2.
As we've noted, Houston has been showing a lot of these power or stack balanced lines, and here we go again.
Again, they go with the screen to Murray. He's got a lot of these today. Makes the spin move. The second spin move, stays on his feet, and he somehow, thanks to his forward progress, despite being thrown behind the line of scrimmage, gets the first down.
That'll crack your rule book open right there. They're saying that his they gave him forward progress and that he was knocked backwards by the defender. So even though he then advanced forward again and ran out of bounds, they give him the forward progress. By the way, they ran that exact same play out of that same formation earlier in the first half.
Here's King, little jump pass over to Sim, breaks the tackle, but Tank Bennett has to hang on for dear life. It brings him down at the 31. Let's look at this again. King having to throw while jumping in the air to Sim, who broke a tackle of Arthur.
Just 2 wideouts and a single back, and they give it to him.
Murray up the middle, has plenty of room, picks up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3.
That was a good-looking football play right there. If you favor offensive excellence.
5 grabs for 73 yards on 5 targets for Sim today. He's been productive, as well as Brown. Sim in the slot, Brown to the top of the formation. Here's to get to Murray, and he said he didn't get the first down. He needed 3, but more like he got 2 3/4.
Do you throw man? And we never really get a good look at these close downs.
Again, we might have to take away the Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew from the boys in the truck.
Oh my gosh, they're probably out of their mind with caffeine and sugar, and there's your first down.
As Murray picks up the first down to the 20-yard line.
The Rick Meter staff is beginning to take notice of this Houston drive with the lead and making some progress, as our Canadian friends would say.
2 receivers to the bottom. Press coverage for the Louisiana corners as Murray picks up 6 yards.
He bowls ahead there. 2 defenders get their mitts on him, and he still kind of drags them for an additional yard to 2. If you're Houston or Houston Nation right now, you're getting a little excited.
They got 3 wide receivers. Fenimore in the slot. He has 1 catch today on 1 target. Instead, it'll be another Murray handoff. It'll be stopped a yard short of the sticks. He picks up 2 as Arthur makes another tackle.
Fenimore. Is his first name James?
No, it's Kyle.
Kyle Fenimore. All right. One of the last of the hyenas. Hyenicas? Nah, never mind.
King on 3rd and 1 to throw. Almost turned it over. Chuck Diesel had it in his big paws, and he couldn't quite squeeze the ball.
Raise your hand if you took American Lit. Red Last of the Mohicans. There you go. James Fenimore Cooper was from Cooperstown, home of the Baseball Hall of Fame. How about that? It's a little known fact, Cliffy.
Here's the kick by Espresso. First field goal attempt of the day is up and good from 27 yards. Now it's 17-8 with 3:47 to go in the third.
Well, with that field goal, everybody who had the odd 7-8 combo, or even the 4-8 combo, are thinking about getting payoffs here at the end of the quarters. And their squares game. Of course, as always, there's no wagering.
The return is up to the 34-yard line as Robo will set up this Revolution attack. They've had their struggles. They've had to punt the ball the last couple times. They've turned it over on some earlier drives. And let's see, can Johnny Pickler rise to the occasion?
Yeah, don't want to be overly dramatic in the third quarter, but they probably only have a handful of possessions left, and they need 2 scores. So the pressure's building on Louisiana offense and Johnny Pickler here.
Johnny's up to 133 yards. Passing the ball. King is up near 160s and 157. Second and 4. That was a pickup of 6 on the previous play to Robo. As Streeter breaks the tackle, picks up a first down to the 45, and Reggie Streeter showing flashes of his old self.
Congratulations, Reggie. Maybe the Houston defense getting a little worn at this point in always preparing for the run. We'll see. As this game's converting over for Louisiana, in my opinion, to one where they just want to focus on moving the sticks. Yep, they know they need a couple of scores, but it all starts with just making first downs.
They pick up 3 yards there on first down to set up 2nd and 7. Another pass out to Streeter.
Not like it's 3 minutes to go in the game and they need 2 scores, where you really got to start taking chances. Louisiana can move the ball, and I think that should be their focus.
There are 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom is Earl. Pickler going that way. No, that Robo who broke a tackle and get knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And the Revolution are starting to wake up, starting to move. Look, he broke a tackle there of Swift and was knocked out of bounds by another. Meanwhile,
the Hall of Justice
on Next Level Sports, Denver and Portland in a shootout, 30-24 in the third quarter over there. Reggie Streeter only 12 carries, 34 yards, as that pass is incomplete to Garrison Blue.
Hey, I appreciate that you mentioned the other game, Colin. Visit the all-new SFL League website at www.simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field, the SFL. We put the fan in fantasy.
Here's Johnny Pickler under center. 3-step drop, fires it out to Reggie Streeter, and Streeter is met at the line of scrimmage almost immediately by Rager Law, along with one other red-shirted hyena.
Is it just me, or is everybody nervous at 3rd and 10 here for Louisiana? So close. Uh-oh.
Here's Pickler deep. Oh, it's caught.
Nervous? Who's nervous? Ain't nobody nervous here.
And Robo catches that one on a post.
Nice. Inside leverage, my favorite term of the day. He gets it.
Here's Pickler up to 177 yards, 2 interceptions. This to the 10 of Houston, and Reggie Streeter trying to get a little closer, gets down to the 4.
Colin, my man, you were right. Reggie's starting to feel it a little bit. They're getting him off the schneid. Now, if you're Houston, you're not feeling maybe so good.
Now they go with the 2 tight ends split out wide. The receivers in the slot. Pickler, end zone intercepted.
Oh my goodness. Golly, Sergeant Carter.
Law again grabs it out of the air, and the rookie corner picks up Johnny Pickler.
Wow. Just kind of did a little inadvertently deceptive with that reverse pivot into the pattern, into the throwing lane. I'm stunned, Colin. Well, we're back to Houston feeling pretty good again.
And G.R. Sim in the chat is asking you, why would we not feel good? Look at that pick. Warren Murray, 8 yards up the middle, set up 2nd and 2.
DR Sim cracked me up. Can't wait to see you at the next convention whenever they are able to have one.
And we reach the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 17-8. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. 11 minutes still left in this game. Back here in Houston, Texas. As we start the 4th and final period, Hyenas in front 17-8. And this will start off with a throw to Leroy Brown as E.T. King, he's been really efficient, 21 of 25 for 163. It's just unfortunately for him, he's thrown a couple interceptions.
So he actually has 23 completions out of 25 attempts, 2 to the wrong guys. But that's quietly very good, Colin. 21 of 25.
Here's King.
Oh, look out.
Hit as he throws, and this one goes way out of bounds. Pass intended for Fenimore. Napoli in on the pressure. And E.T. King lucky just to throw that away. Otherwise, that would have been a big sack.
Yeah, smart play. Heads up play.
2nd and 10. Here's the give to Murray. Picks up 4 yards, set up 3rd and 6.
6, and Louisiana gets set up to stone them here and force a punt. As now we're in the 4th quarter. Now they're still 2 scores behind.
Louisiana needs a big play from the defense here, as we have trips to the bottom for Houston. King down the field. S. Brown open to the 30-yard line. Not what Louisiana needed, but Houston certainly did. It's Relman Hood on the tackle.
Well, a little crisscross pattern, and Leroy Brown just on the streak coming out of that little bunch and gets lost in the wash by Louisiana. Colin, that was pretty amazing. Thank you, boys in the truck, for actually giving us an effective replay. Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew will be returned.
Here's King. Fires it out to Walker, who makes his longest grab of the day as he picks up 4. That last one was up 32 yards.
So now Houston's focus, Colin, is going to shift to, yeah, they'd like to put some more points on the board, but they also want to start bleeding the clock here. Staying in bounds. Passes over the middle.
Oh, that's a beautiful connection on the corner route to Leroy Brown, who now has 5 grabs for 82 yards.
Or we'll trade all that in for a 1st and goal. Look at that. Wow. Just like a pinprick of a window to put that ball into, Colin.
D.R. Sim also 5 catches for 73 yards. Goal line look for the Revs. Here's to get to Murray, and he doesn't get very far.
Well, almost ritualistic as they're going to hand it up the middle, and Houston's going to be geared. I'm sorry, and Louisiana D is going to be set to stop the handoff up the middle. So now we've got that out of the way. Brings up 2nd and goal. We can get on to some more creative play calling, please.
Getting to go 2 receivers to the bottom. Tight ends to the same side. King goes to, I believe that's Pierce, who gets to only to 4. No, that is Walker again. As they stop the clock with 8 minutes to go.
Well, 1 play for 7, 2 plays for 3.
I formation, Murray to deep back. King to throw. End zone, touchdown, Leroy Brown. His 2nd of the day.
Cue the chat. He's a bad, bad man. Wow.
His 6th grab, and it culminates with a 4-yard touchdown.
And with that play, wakes up the Rick Meter staff, and they are going full Houston. Full Houston. Going on out on a limb here at this point.
$7:46 to go, and it's now 24-8.
Well, it's a 2-score game, but it's 2 full touchdowns and 2-point conversions just to tie.
Even though we've had a bit of a scoring explosion here, as of late, the under's still looking pretty good.
Well, it's a Houston scoring explosion. Louisiana has not participated in the second half scoring bonanza up to this point.
First and 10 at the 27, Johnny Pickler.
The long arm of the law yanks the Rick Meter over to Houston. Exactly. Well, thank everybody for being in the chat. Always lively.
Throw over the middle, and it's dropped by Chase Earl. Been that kind of day for the Rebs. 2nd and 10.
Yep, Revolution is going to have to make this comeback in the air. The Streeters had some success, but that can't be their primary weapon here with under 8 minutes to go. Down by 2 full scores. Fully loaded.
Pickler to Streeter again. He stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Brody calls for yet another tackle.
I don't know that those swing passes behind the line of scrimmage are what Revolution really should be doing either. That really plays into Houston's hands at this point, Colin. They'll trade time for light mileage, if you will.
3rd and 10, Pickler.
That's
Deep
it.
down the field, and it's incomplete.
Ugh.
A.J. Barnes knocked it away, pass intended for Chase Earl.
That's the right idea. I'll take it. I should be taking another shot at that. Oops, you're right there.
I'm fine, I'm
good.
fine.
All right.
7:07 to go, and they're going to punt from their own 27.
All right. Not quite waving the white flag, but will they get 2 more possessions after this? We'll see.
Punt is away. To the back high cash, returned up to the 39.
Good coverage by Louisiana. The special teams do their job. Now it's up to their defense. Try and force a 3 and out as quickly as possible. Here's that balanced, heavy formation. Houston, a special. They've run a swing pass out of this 3 times in a row now.
And Murray picks up the first down. He got about 12 as he's knocked out of bounds right at the 50.
The last 3 times, I believe, using that formation were the exact same play to the same side of the field, I think, every time as well. Could be wrong.
Broke 2 tackles, including Rolliman Hood, before being knocked out of bounds by his own momentum.
I'd love to see him pull a guard and a tight end and smash off tackle out of that formation next time.
3 men in the backfield, Murray to deep back. Here is the give, and he lost 2 yards on the play, but the clock keeps moving. Tackle made by Nathan Blake. Haven't called his name much today.
Nope. One thing I do want to say, though, is Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, T-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 in the SFL.
As Anthony Weil went up for the ball with one hand to knock it away, pass intended for Sim. 3rd and 12. And to make it a double whammy, the clock stopped at 6:12.
Well, that's what Louisiana's waiting for. He's got to survive one play here. Oh, excellent cover.
Here's the throw, and Leroy Brown with the catch down to the 17. And he's now up to 119 on 7 grabs, 2 receiving touchdowns. Making an early bid for player of the game, but what a throw by King.
Oh, E.T. King and the offense's ability to just put the hammer down and really knife the Revolution defense on these 3rd and longs. It's just an emotional killer right there.
1st and 10 from the 17. Here's to get to Murray. He picks up 2. And they're going to mark him down at the 16.
Hey, tomorrow, Next Level Sports, Week 7 wraps up Sunday on the For the Fans when Red Hot Fort Worth visits Red Hot Phoenix to face the Arizona Scorpions. Baltimore visits Atlanta in a rematch of last season's thrilling 35-32 finish. Also in action, London hosts Sioux Falls and Carolina visits the Corsairs in upstate New York. Coverage starts at 4 p.m. in the East. The SFL and For the Fans football season is only just beginning.
That's up at 3rd and 6 as Weil brings the lumber there. Ball's marked at the 14. Here's Sim. This guy has been with Houston all 11 years it's been in the league. As they trot out 5 wide receivers. And the throw knocked away. Pass intended for Sim, and there will be a field goal attempt coming by Espresso.
Well, another scoring attempt by Houston as the story of the second half adjustments is all Houston at this point as they've held Louisiana scoreless. Colin, and Houston has extended their lead coming off that surprisingly, with 12 seconds to go, pick 6 at the end of the first half.
And this field goal attempt is no good as it bounced off the uprights, and Espresso's not happy with himself.
Wow. Well, don't want to minimize a kicker missing a fairly standard field goal, but in this game, at this point in the game with the score, that shouldn't hurt Houston too badly.
Pickler's back to throw out of the 3-wide set and completes it to Chase Earl for a pickup of 9.
There you go.
Clock stop at 4:32 left. Second and 1.
Interesting note in the chat that Espresso and Cappuccino are both kickers in the league. I guess they need a Americano.
As the throw down the field is intercepted by A.J. Barnes. His second of the day. Coming in, of course, to today. Barnes at 39 interceptions.
So he gets his big old paw up there.
And he now has finished with 41 by my counts. So congratulations to Barnes for passing 40 career interceptions.
Hey, maybe there's a French roast in the minor leagues working his way up as a kicker to join Espresso and Cappuccino.
As Murray takes the swing pass, makes a spin move before he gets his clock cleaned.
We've had a number of interceptions in this game, Colin. What's our total so far? I don't know if I have that many fingers ever since the lawnmower accident.
Well, 4 picks for Pickler, and King, I believe, has 2, so that makes 6.
Oh.
Second and 5. Murray.
Stay in bounds. There
He
goes.
does. He loses yards, but it doesn't matter. That's his 12th grab for 53 yards. Brown has 7 grabs for 119.
Louisiana still has all their timeouts. Probably as we approach or get just under 2 minutes, they'll begin using those, especially if they're on defense. Maxwell House. Thank you, Ethan Kai.
3rd and 7, King in the shotgun. Letting play clock wind all the way down.
I was going to make another player, by the way. He'd be Mr. Pidd.
And the throw down the field, almost intercepted.
Oh, that could have been. That could have been it right there.
It's him commenting on the chat in the previous play. They never run it to the open side. It's always to the short side.
Interesting.
Adams on the punt with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I got a ton of names for players if anybody ever needs one. Another one would be Roman Soldier. English T. It's kind of current. Be like a hip hop guy. English T. Yeah.
He's just full of good ones. Pretty soon, if you come up with any more of those jokes, Bob's your uncle.
Oh, and pretty soon Bob's your uncle. But you know what? Next week on Next Level Sports, Week 8 begins next Saturday with Next Level Sports. 2 division leaders, Los Angeles and Baltimore, are in action.
Pickler again going down the field, and that was tipped and nearly caught by Twin Screw.
We'll get back to that, yeah. Los Angeles and Baltimore are in action. The Lycans face the Atlanta Swarm. Then the Vultures host rival Carolina in the Battle of the Birds. Bonus coverage includes Fort Worth hosting Vegas. And St. Louis, Mexico City coverage starts at 4:30 in the East. The SFL on For the Fans. Football season is only just beginning. Keep telling you this.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 2:48 as Louisiana goes 5 wide. Back to throw again. Pickler complete to Earl, and here comes the hurry up.
Yeah, I see Charlie Northrup still buried on the depth chart in the the Gladiators. I do technically have a player. Never sees the field, thanks. So if I only knew somebody from the Gladiators. And there's a catch!
Catch made by Twin Screw, and down the field come the Revolution.
Here we go.
Throw over the middle. That is an 8-yard pickup.
Oh, my.
Can they get one more throw up before the 2-minute warning? Looks like they can. And they certainly will. Down to Robo, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. It's 24-8. Houston on top, but Louisiana trying for a late score. We're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 on the SFL Twitch channel. Out of the 2-minute warning, it come with 3 wide receivers and split back. Johnny Pickler under center. He's back to throw, fires it out to Reggie Streeter. Streeter staying in bounds, and he will fight to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana.
It took a long time, but we finally saw Reggie Streeter doing Reggie Streeter things as he breaks the plane and visits Fantasy Island.
Watch the spin move here.
Yeah.
Off the linebacker and broke another tackle. And it looks like the Revs will go for 2.
The Revs? What are you, like personal friends now? Is that what you call them?
The Revolution.
Hanging around the officers club? Buying everybody drinks?
Here's Pickler back to throw to the end zone.
Is he out of bounds?
And they said he was out of bounds. Conversion's no good. It's still a 10-point game.
Yep. Not one, but both feet. He was, yep, that play was out of bounds. Well, darn for the Revolution. It's still a 2-score game, but now it's a touchdown and a field goal.
Onside kick with a kicker. Houston's got it. I thought for a moment Louisiana was going to come up with the ball.
It sure looked like it. It had a chance.
Ball in the Revolution 38.
Okay.
As the backups are now in.
And we'll watch the methodical burning of all of the Revolution timeouts here. Oh, they're going to throw that swing pass to the right side of the formation.
With Bergens, the backup to Murray. And lost a yard, 2nd and 11.
And stop the clock.
Talk about a double whammy.
Yeah, the Revolution didn't need to bother really reading that for the 4th time in the game out of that formation, as the backups seemed to not execute that very well for the Hyenas.
Bergens this time turns and gives off to the running back.
As they listen to Damon and finally run the ball.
They call timeout. They're down to 2 timeouts now with 1:44 to go. There's Greg Corky, number 88, lined up in the slot.
It's a pass play.
And it is a pass play. Bergen's going down the field, caught by Kyle Fenimore. It'll be 1st and goal.
Oh, just going for the dagger there, Colin. It's Fenimore, not Fenimore. Thank you very much. Didn't anybody take American Lit? Nobody gets those comments? All right, fine.
And
yes,
it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And it appears they will call up the Dogs from here as they go into victory for it.
I guess so.
Final score from Portland as the Fleet lose to the Night Wings 30-24.
I'll put some pressure on the St. Louis Gladiators to hold serve in their game this weekend.
It's 3rd and goal from the 11.
Having to kick the field goal here.
Let's go.
Here we go.
And they take the kneel down as the clock winds under a minute. So my colleague is right. They will have to try the field goal.
Otherwise, just turning it over on downs. Well, this is an interesting game, Colin. It was very close, very evenly matched in the first half up until 12 seconds to go when that ill-fated pass attempt by the Revolution turned into a pick six, and Houston has never looked back from that point in the game. It's been all Houston in the second half.
As the field goal is up and good by Espresso. He makes good on the miss he had earlier.
Has himself another hot caffeinated beverage, and he's back in the swing of things. So the Revolution will have all of 17 seconds to work with here as we get to the end of the game.
The kick is away. Be fielded about the 10. Up the middle. Cutting to the side. Knocked down with 11 seconds left in his own 31 is Robo.
Actually strangled on the tackle by the Houston special teamer there. What was that all about? I don't know. Well, my impressions from the game, Colin, thanks for asking. Love Pickler's authoritative drop and just quickly releasing the ball. That's a thing of beauty. And I think the Houston adjustments and riding that momentum from the end of the second quarter into the second half is another thing that impressed me, as well as their big balanced line formation.
Final score, Houston 27, Louisiana 14. We take a look at the stats. And they pretty much tell the tale of the tape. Louisiana with 4 turnovers. Yardage relatively close.
Yeah, still balanced on offense between the two teams. But Houston's drives ending with scores more often than the Revolution.
Denko had 1.5 sacks to lead both teams. Pickler 269, King 274 through the air.
Who got for player of the game?
Well, there's a lot of choices, but I would go with that guy.
That guy?
Leroy Brown.
He's a bad man. Just ask the chat.
He finishes with 119 yards. Robo
What
is the leading receiver for Louisiana with 74.
What do our stats look like? Can you pull those up?
He had a couple of touchdown passes that we
Let's see what his completion percentage was. Ah, okay. Thank you.
It's 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a couple of picks. But this was one of the more surreal plays we've seen. The backer comes in and throws to Kyle Fenimore to ice the game.
Right, put him in a position to ice the game. Indeed. Hey, it's a team game. Any here should player of the game. There's no I in team, but there's an I for Leroy Brown.
17 yards a catch, 119 yards and 7 grabs, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Well deserving, thanks to Cameron Irvine and all the rest involved behind the scenes. For Colin Northup, he's Rick Northup. Have a good rest of your evening, folks. So long from Houston.